So it was this past Saturday, October 26, 2024. I was up at a cabin up in Lost Channel area, which is about an hour north of Parry Sound here in Ontario, Canada. And I've made a few visits there now. We've experienced Sasquatch presence, very first visit, and there's been other things that have happened since. When I go there, what we're doing is basically C5 meditation for the most part. I wasn't doing the location part of it. That's a bit difficult for me, but I don't think it really matters, honestly. So this was basically our last chance before the winter hits, and the conditions were spectacular. They couldn't be any better. Could have been a little warmer, but the night sky was absolutely brilliant. And so I'm with the cabin owner, who has 15 years in law enforcement. I'll just say that. And we did a meditation indoors. It was just two of us there, right? Like, we are there. Our intent is to call in a ship. And we did a meditation, and it's funny, we're standing outside up on his deck, and in that moment we basically, we were just chatting, and we weren't really looking, so we're, I guess, kind of distracted. And it's like the Sasquatch. I'd love to surprise you. Suddenly this light shows up coming towards us from the south. It's high, but it's still low. It's not nowhere near as high as a commercial plane. 30,000 feet, whatever. It's nowhere near that. It's much lower, and it's coming right for us. This Tyler takes notice first. What's that? And I see it. Through the trees, over top of the trees, coming right at us. And when that thing passed over top of us, this bright light moving at a straight line trajectory, not going that fast, just kind of cruising along, almost like you're seeing a satellite or something, but way lower and brighter and bigger. And suddenly we both notice right behind the light, we can see it's a craft. We can see there's a ship there. To me, it looked like gray metallic or something. That's what I kind of gathered from it. And the moment that we both took notice of this happening, suddenly they lit up the back end. So the video footage you're going to see is not, it's not the greatest footage. I'm just so glad that Ty had his phone, and he had the smarts to turn that thing on and capture a piece of footage, right? He zooms right in. They light up the back end. This is a cigar-shaped, from what we gathered, a cigar-shaped craft that it could have been upwards of a football field in length, and Ty had even mentioned, possibly two. It wasn't small. So as soon as we noticed, they lit up the back end. And you'll see that it's two lights. The back end lights up, and there's the front end. It's all one craft. It's not two pieces. There is one craft. We saw it with our eyes. It's a bit difficult in the footage, but we saw it with our eyes. And that thing, as soon as we saw it, it lit right up. It was giving us a show. We called this in. This is all through consciousness. This is just the same as the Sasquatch stuff. It's all related to consciousness. And when that flew over top of us, I'm like, oh shit. I didn't have my video cameras inside, so I ran in to grab it really quick. And Ty had taken off, down to the lake through the woods there where it was headed towards. So I forgot my flashlight, so I'm kind of, I'm not able to move quick through this, short area that I had to get through to get down to the water. And by the time I got there, it was still cruising. It was still moving to the north, and we watched it stop. And at first I thought, okay, maybe it's just our perspective because it's moving away. You know, maybe it's still moving and it just looks like it stopped. There's a you know, a much more dimmer star to the right of that, and I could see it clearly, and I was measuring it against that, and it didn't move, and it didn't move, and it stayed there. You know, we sat there for 15-20 minutes before we got up to go warm up at the fire. It was still there. We come back, you know, half an hour, it's still sitting in the exact same position, and then it was, I think, roughly about an hour it sat there, and then we went back and it was gone. So it sat there parked in the sky, you know, maybe to basically confirm what we already knew, right? Just to give more validation that, yeah, it's a craft. And, you know, this was also a lesson for me because I had a green laser. We both had lasers on us, right? And I was pointing. I pointed my laser a few times at it. For one part of it, I was trying to zoom in with my video camera, and when you're zoomed all the way in, it's very difficult to find something. You know, it's very sensitive, right? So I managed to use the laser to guide me in to, you know, pull that out, right? But I had, you know, shown my laser on it a few times, and afterwards I felt, you know, I felt bad, and it's a lesson learned. Like I said, I won't do that again. You know, I might use that to point something out in the sky quickly, but that's about it. To me, it was disrespectful. You know, now that I look back and reflect on that, right? I'm still processing this, but we called in a ship, man. We called in a ship, and they showed up, and they gave us a show, man, right over top of us. You know, the coincidence of this just happening by chance is, you know, we know this is through meditation. You know, this is how it happened. It was later on too. I'm looking down the end of the lake, and something showed up in the sky. You know, low in the sky. Ty was inside. I thought it was the moon, a piece of the moon. I thought it was like a kind of a crescent, but a fat crescent of the moon that, you know, maybe had some clouds in front of it. And then I, you know, give my head a shake. It's like, wait a sec, there's no moon there, and there's no clouds. You know, the skies were perfectly clear, and then it faded and it disappeared, and then he come outside. You know, there was a lot of stuff moving around in the sky that night, but so I'm going to show you this footage, you know, and a little bit of our chat around the fire right after it happened. And like I said, it's not, you know, it's not the best footage. There's no defined craft, but I can assure you it was a craft. It came in, gave us a show, and then went and parked for an hour basically in the sky, and then left. So enjoy this.
It looks really low.
Oh, hold on.
Do I hear a plane? Oh no, that's the fire.
It looks like
there's a
something's
trail.
tailing it.
Yeah, there's something tailing it.
What is that?
Wow. Oh, it's getting brighter.
Okay.
That's a trip, man.
I think we got one.
Oh shit! Where's my video camera? Oh my! Oh, don't give me my video.
Hello? Can you do something cool? Holy f***. Holy f***. Look at that thing.
Oh my god. Oh. Damn, missed it. It's still got that big tail, man.
Okay, so this ship, it's been about maybe half an hour now, and like I said, I've been measuring it against another star. It hasn't moved. So if something was flying away from us, you know, it could be, it could look like it's in the same position, but I've been measuring this against a star to the right of it. It hasn't moved. So what happened was Tyler first saw this light, and it was flying towards us, and oops, lost it. It was flying towards us. Where are we here? There it is. And when it got over top of us, it was low. When it got over top of us, we could see there was a part of it that wasn't lit up, and it looked very long. I was like, whoa, what is that? And then right over top of us, basically, that thing lit up. It was so long, it was huge. And then there's this space in between the back end and the front. And it just, when we noticed the craft, attached to it that wasn't lit up, that's when they lit up. And now it's sitting in this spot, and it's been parked for about a half an hour. It's a freaking ship, man. Looks like a star at this point, but it's a ship. Oh, that's crazy. I wish it would do something wild while I have it on the camera here. That's just insane. By far, like this is the best UFO experience. And we were doing a C5 meditation, earlier on. That's what we do when we come here. So we're out here in Lost Channel, and I'm here with Tyler at his cabin, and just a beautiful expanse of sky here. And we were standing there. We had done a meditation earlier, and we're standing outside here, and suddenly Tyler notices this light coming towards us, and it
just looked like a single orb at first.
And it was low.
Yeah, it was low enough that we could tell it had a tail, like a structure to it.
Well, that's when it got over top of us.
Yeah, right over top of us, it's like a lightly illuminated tail. And then as soon as we noticed the tail, you saw the lights just came on. We're like, what in the hell? And then it parked onto the northern horizon and stopped.
Yeah, it
continued on its same speed, right directly over top of us to the north sky, and stopped.
And it
still
was
there.
We're
just freezing. We had to come warm up.
Yeah, it was sitting there for at least a half hour. But this thing, when we noticed it, at first coming right towards us, and then just as it's getting over top of us, suddenly we could see that there's a craft. It's long, it's elongated, and we could see this ship. Only the front end was lit up, and as soon as we noticed the rest of it, it lit up its back end, and I'd never seen anything like that in my life, man. That was absolutely freaking incredible. And then it stopped, and I've been measuring it against this other star just to the right of it, and I can tell it's stopped. It's been sitting there for at least half hour now. So we're here at Lost Channel, at Tyler's cabin, and we just had a phenomenal experience. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. And we were standing up on the deck here, and we're looking that way, and this light shows up, like it's low, and it's coming right towards us. And earlier on we had done meditation. This is all about trying to call in ships, right? And we're standing up on deck here. We see this light. It's coming right towards us. And just as it's basically right over top of us, we both notice there is a part. It's not just a light, like a satellite passing by or something. There is a ship, and we can see it. Only it's not lit up, the back end. And as it's like the cabin's lit up and the back end's shut off. It was really long. And Tyler actually got footage of this, which is awesome, with his phone, right? And as soon as we noticed that there was a part that wasn't lit up, they lit up. And it was just this long tail lit up, a space in between, and then the front of it. And I've never seen anything like this in my life. And then it flew over northeast, I guess, or north
Pretty much north. Pretty much due north.
But it basically it stopped, and it's been sitting there for at least half hour. I've been measuring it against another star just to the right. It stopped. It stopped, and it just looks like a star in the sky now. And we had to come back to get warm because we were sitting there hoping it would do something else. But yeah, that I've never seen anything like that in my life, man. It definitely 100% a craft, eh? 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just phenomenal, man, to witness that. And you know, directly over top of us, and lights up as soon as we notice that it's a ship. You know, it's like consciousness. They know.
There's a telepathic thing going on for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's just far too all coincidental for all that to happen just like that, right over top of us too, right?
And we weren't even looking for it. What were we doing on the deck?
I don't know. Oh, we were trying to set up your.
Oh yeah, I was trying to set up the telescope to look at another thing over there. We never even got around to doing that.
Yeah, and that, and then we just noticed this light coming towards us, right? From the south, I guess.
Bonkers.
Wow, man, that was, and like I said, Tyler got the footage, so I'm going to show you guys his footage.
It looks really low. Oh, hold on. Do I hear a plane? Oh no, that's the fire.
It looks like something's tailing it.
Yeah, there's something tailing it.
What is that?
Wow. Oh, it's getting brighter. Oh,
Okay.
that's a trip, man.
I think we got one.
Oh shit! Where's my video camera? Oh my! Oh, don't give me my video.
Hello? Can you do something cool? Holy f***. Holy f***. Look at that thing.
Oh my god. Oh, damn, missed it. It's still got that big tail.